Like you said, I think with the love of Christ, with the belief in the Christian faith and Jesus and everything, we have something to go back to that keeps us in check, that reminds us, what are we doing and what's our thinking and how's our behavior and how are we serving? How can we be a part of, whether it be just an individual within your community or you're going big and really impacting, a lot of people.
That's right. And it starts with conversations like this. One of the things in the wake of, let's say, the George Floyd killing, I immediately started calling people who were friends, white friends. I said, we've got to talk. And sometimes just the starting of the conversation, start, the healing. There is one of the members of the our Authentic Fan Club. Her name is Donna Bratlin. She's a little person, and she took a picture with you and she posted it on the fan page. If you look her.
Donna. Does she have blonde hair?
Blonde. She's in South Dakota, and she was at one of your.
Yes. Okay. Yes.
She was at, and so we were. She was just sharing with me how she was the only little person in Aberdeen, and some of the things she was going through. And I said, we have a lot in common,
right?
In different kinds of ways. And if we can see more of the human connection, that maybe your situation is not quite like mine, but we both understand pain. We both maybe understand isolation. We both understand what it's like to be name called. We both understand, just the different challenges in different ways. And to, in my opinion, to apply the love of Christ, that covers a multitude of faults, imperfections, all of that. That for me, that's the beginning of healing. That's why I was able to be raised in a situation where you had Jim Crow, segregation, all kinds of things that were happening to us. When my father would march with Martin Luther King, I was worried that he wasn't going to come back alive. You can go through all of that and not become bitter. A few things happened with this last thing, and I understand the explosions that because it went through every single Black person that we really had to. I
can't imagine that it went through generations.
It was really something.
Yeah, it went through generations and stories that people have had. It just all came at this moment.
At this moment. But I guess the point I'm making is when we understand that there is a commonality, there is, like the scripture says, there is no temptation taken us, but such as is common to man. Somebody has been through something, even if you're average size.
Yeah.
That amounts to pain. Where is the love? Where is the connect? And instead of looking at it as a point of disconnect, as a place of going to the other side, I know that there are things that all of us at one point will see things differently. But then if we can go deeper into discussion to listen, my father used to call it the semantic problem. Many times we will fight over words and terms. And if you ask enough clarifying questions, you'll find out that you're really agreeing. On the same thing,
Right.
And so, but anyway.
No, I agree. I think Lisa has heard me say this a lot, or in our conversation sometimes. The one story that I love, especially in a time like this, I think, that Jesus was telling the Pharisees or the Jewish leaders was when they wanted to stone the woman, the prostitute, the woman. And, here she was, and all these people were ready to stone her. And he came by to her side and didn't say a word, just knelt down, picked up the stone, and just looked at him. Ye who are without sin, yes,
that's the first stone.
Throw the stone. And they all had to look at themselves and walk away, because why are you condemning this woman
Right.
when you yourself have not done right either.
That's
It's
right.
like, instead of doing that, help her to
Absolutely.
get out of her situation, or help her
Mhm.
not to continue to do what she was doing. And, Jesus stands up and said, okay, now go and sin no more. But I don't know, to me, that is like, how can you judge someone at the same thing that you're
That's right.
doing yourself? And,
Yeah.
That's right.
like you said, I think with the love of Christ, with the belief in the Christian faith and Jesus and everything, we have something to go back to that keeps us in check, that reminds us, what are we doing, and what's our thinking, and how's our behavior, and how are we serving? How can we be a part of, whether it be just an individual within your community, or you're going big and really impacting,
Mhm.
a lot of people.
That's right.